I'll begin by mentioning something that most males are unaware. Women aspire to be walked up. Indeed, even in the modern world, where independence is discussed by everybody and limits, the reality is that if a woman thinks you're attractive, hoping you're going to move, the issue is that I won't approach and explain it for you. She will instead show you in delicately through her body language. And the kicker is here. If you fail to notice such signals, she'll believe you're not either eager or insecure enough to take the initiative. I am aware that you have most likely heard statements such as, leave women by herself, or she'll let you know if she wishes to speak. But this is the truth. Women hardly ever say it directly. We give it a signal. We provide subtle clues. And yes, we can even become frustrated at times when males are unaware. Consider that. Across the room, a woman might be delivering. Despite having all the green lights, you never come on over. From her perspective, that feels like a rejection, despite the fact that you never uttered a word. And now for the part most males don't understand. These indications aren't complex. These codes aren't hidden. A degree in psychology is required to determine out. In fact, they're quite noticeable when you are aware of what to search for. The issue is that most males are overly anxious, too preoccupied or ignorant to notice what is taking place just in front of them. In this video, I will therefore tell you the 5 indicators of a woman's body language genuinely wants you to go up to her. I'll dissect them for you in a straightforward, direct manner, so you'll never be left wondering once more. And I make a pledge once. If you recognize these indicators, you'll begin observing them everywhere. First, the path she maintains eye contact. Let's begin with one of the most obvious body language indicators that a lady desires that you go up to her. How she makes eye contact. Men don't realize how powerful since you're frequently instructed to search for anything evident, like a woman walking or waving at you. It's up to you. However, the reality is that women hardly ever initiate direct contact. Rather, we employ more subdued signals that make eye contact and provide an invitation to enter. At the top of that list, currently, this is what you must be aware. If she looks at you once, that isn't very significant. Women look at people constantly without considering it. However, if she glances at you, maintains eye contact for a little moment, and then turns away, then turns back, that's deliberate once more. The second or third glance is where the significance lies. Lives. Women don't constantly gaze at they don't care about males. If she does, you've caught her. Pay attention. The challenging aspect is that most men tend to overlook it, misinterpret it, or persuade themselves that they are dreaming items. Sincerely, that's where a lot of many opportunities are lost. Due to the fact that when a woman makes repeated eye contact with you, in essence, she's providing an opportunity for you should come up without making her exposing themselves by approaching you first. She's expressing ease, curiosity, and even a small amount of interest. Suppose she glances at you in a cafe. Out of her book. Your gazes lock. She smiles briefly and subtly, and then she casts her gaze back down. A couple of minutes she repeats it later. That isn't a mishap. You have her consent. She also hopes that you will take up on it. If you don't, ultimately she'll presume that you're not interested and not self-assured enough to take charge, and the opportunity is gone. The bottom line is as follows. You can know by looking into a woman's eyes what her words cannot. If she continues to find ways to establish a connection with yours, she's quietly urging you to come forward. Don't think too much about it. Avoid waiting for a neon sign. Secondly, her smile isn't simply civility. Men frequently become perplexed by the smile of a lady, as not all smiles indicates that I like you. We occasionally smile of civility. Occasionally, because we're simply being cordial, and occasionally, since we don't want to appear as impolite. However, when you go close to her, the smile becomes distinct character, which you can sense if you're listening. This is what you must be aware. A courteous grin comes quick, and tight. Consider the kind grin you would offer a complete stranger when you unintentionally run into them on the street. That grin is fleeting. It's a smile that's a social reflex specifically for you, the type that's motivating you to take action, endures a bit more. It makes her face softer. Her eyes participate, and it seems as though the smile is meant for you, not only occurring in your surroundings. The distinction is it's subtle but genuine. Many males miss this because they are unsure themselves. The smile is visible to them, yet they believe she's merely being kind. And yes, that can be true at times. However, you probably don't hear the truth, sufficient. Women are rarely willing to risk giving and smiling again and invitingly at a man they don't find appealing in any manner. It's simply not something we do on a casual basis, since we are aware that it motivates you to get closer. Thus, the true revelation here is this: if her smile is such that feels deliberate, intimate, and it occurs more than once, refrain from speaking, get yourself out of it. She is not that way, courteous. That's how she tells you, yes, you are in sight, and I would like you to see me as well. 3. She makes justifications to be close to you. Let's now discuss closeness, because the body of a woman language is more than just her actions, either through her grin or her eyes. Additionally, it's regarding her posture. When a woman requests that you approach her, one of the most obvious indication is that she will move closer or she'll look for small excuses to put herself in your personal area. Consider it. Women are very conscious of our walk, sit, or stand. Typically, we don't accidentally drift into a man's orbit. If she keeps showing up close to you, perhaps she selects a seat near you, even if there were many other choices, or she abruptly stays in the same location as your hangout. That's deliberate. It is a means of reducing the obstacle from you to her without needing to say something. This has nothing to do with drama, moves. It's usually subtle. She will arrange herself so you can hear her. Discussions or idly rest against the tavern a short distance away. Standing or moving more slowly when you pass you. These are not always made by women. Things are clear, but believe me, we are aware of what we're doing at the time. Why does this issue? Because women dislike more than you do in terms of rejection. It feels dangerous to come right up to you. Thus, rather, she makes herself approachable. She is presenting an opportunity for you to intervene without making it seem forced or awkward. In a quiet voice, she says, I'm, I wouldn't mind if you came here, over. If a man doesn't understand, he will believe it's merely a coincidence. However, a man who recognizes and comprehends the psychology of women in a different way, he is aware that when a female frequently decides to occupy his space, she has already extended an invitation to him. Here's the lesson then. If she continues to looking for ways to get close to you, don't disregard it. That isn't arbitrary. That's her, granting you permission, hoping you'll have the confidence to take the next step. 4. Even though her body is facing you, her statements don't. Guys, look at this. Frequently forget. The body of a woman will reveal. Her words will never be enough for you. You perhaps overhear her conversing with a friend, feigning busyness, or even behaving as if she's not giving you much money. Pay attention. However, if her body is inclined, that's the true narrative toward you. Women don't confront men. Instead, they wish to stay away. We isolate ourselves when it doesn't interest us. Crossing arms, averting our gaze, or remaining upright indicated a different location. It's instinct. However, Our bodies follow you when we're open to you. That transparency. She aligns her shoulders with yours. Her feet or knees are pointing in your guidance, despite the fact that she is mid-con talk to someone else. Her instead, the torso leans slightly in your direction. Go away. These are not arbitrary. Rather, they're signals. This is why it's important. Women are seldom open about their attraction. Because we don't want to, we're subtle. Risk humiliation. Thus, the most secure method. In order for us to support you, openness in our nonverbal communication. We are aware men tend to overlook this, but those who stand out, don't overthink it now. It. If she's in a crowded place, location, angles don't always have significant meaning. However, if you continue to see that her body inevitably finds a method to indicate you, particularly when she lacks, that's intentional. She's stating, I've got your even if I'm acting, attention otherwise. Therefore, take note of the her body is having a quiet conversation alongside you. Because although what she said may be carefree or preoccupied, her body could already be letting you know all you must be aware. Fifth, she continues to tinker with her hair or accessories. Although it may sound cliche, this is not at all. As soon as a woman shows interest in you, her anxious energy must be directed elsewhere, and it typically manifests in her hands. You'll see her spinning around a hair strand, gently pulling at it, sweeping it across her shoulders, or perhaps making a few more jewelry adjustments than typical. Vanity isn't always the issue. Attraction is the key. Among those is playing with hair. Women's unconscious motions while they know a man who they like. Think of it this way. She is not seated. There, she was doing everyone's hair. She is acting in this way because you are present. And all of a sudden, she is concerned about her behavior. Observed. Consider this. You're standing at a lounge across from a woman. She's conversing with her pals, but each her fingers go straight whenever she laughs. She slid her necklace up and down, or she continues to tuck her hair behind herself, despite the fact that it is not in the way. Additionally, she doesn't look at you when you do. Put an end to it. Actually, it becomes a bit more evident. That isn't arbitrary. That's a hushed manner of expressing, I know you and it's okay with me if you notice me. Now, don't misunderstand. Women participate in while they're bored, with their hair, anxious or preoccupied. However, the her vibe is different. If she's chuckling, bending in your direction, and while she's doing this, her body language is open. It, then it's a clear indication that she desires you to come closer. If she's trying to avoid eye interaction, restlessness, and gazes uncomfortable is not the same thing. Something? This is the reality. Women give away attraction without uttering a word. The hair, the accessories, the understated modifications. It's how she draws. Focusing on herself and demonstrating to you she knows about yours. 6. She discovers justifications for remaining in your space. This is something that most men fail to notice. If a woman will remove, if she is not interested, herself out of your area as soon as feasible, she will avoid contact, face away, or send brief, courteous cues that don't bother. However, when a woman wants you to come closer, she'll glance seeking justifications to remain where you can observe her. Consider it. Women are rarely only standing by. If she stays close proximity, continues to infiltrate your line of sight, or remains motionless even in its deliberate, she might easily do so. It's how she makes herself accessible without actually initiating contact. It might be as easy as her taking the longer way to pass you on foot rather of taking a shortcut. Or perhaps she's enjoying a drink at a pub, is complete, and she remains standing, simply speaking or looking through her phone. She's not gone, but she's with a friend. She's opening a window for you. Women are aware, men are afraid of being rejected. Thus, we provide you with a staying is a subliminal way to grant consent, indicating or being present. If you came over, I wouldn't push you away just yet. Our method of reducing the risk is that, for you. This is the error that men make. They believe a lady who remains in their sense space is merely being arbitrary. They avoid acting. However, the reality is, if she wished to avoid contact with you, she wouldn't remain. She isn't staying an incident. This is an invitation. Observe the effort she puts forth to stay in your orbit. If she's still there after having every justification to leave, it's your cue to intervene. If she quickly loses interest if you don't do anything, here's where I must be tough, truthful with you. Women might abandon all the world's signals, the eye contact, the touch of hair, the grin, the lingering close to you. But if you don't initiate contact, her attention soon wanes, and after that fades and hardly returns. This is the reason. Women are emotionally attracted to men, yet it also has to do with momentum and timing. If her body language indicates to you that, come talk to me, you yell and you hesitate according to her interpretation, as a lack of confidence or doubt. Furthermore, nothing destroys appeal more quickly than a man who fails to act when the time is right. You must comprehend this. Women don't stay in one place for long, awaiting your attention. If you fail to, she'll think you're not at your window, whether you're interested or not timid. And even though she could have desired you, that feeling could have changed 5 minutes ago. In a moment, women are respectful, decisiveness. We are attracted to guys who understand how to behave without hesitation themselves into forgetfulness. I'm not now advising you to disregard or act recklessly her limits. However, if her body language is obviously open, if she's hanging around grinning, she invites you to join her inside. Presence, after which you have already received the green light. The possibility of being turned down is far lower than you may imagine. The severe in actuality, males who delay end up stuck, observing the chance pass. And you know what? One more man who was making the payment. The same indicators will be seen by attention and come on over. After that, you're left pondering what may have been. Everybody because you froze. Thus, this is your reminder. In order to succeed with you can't simply read the signs, ladies. You must take action against them because attraction doesn't last forever. It's brief. Furthermore, if you wait too long, you will lose it. In conclusion, permit me to go. You with this reality. Women hardly ever say, instead of saying, hey, come talk to me. Convey information through subliminal clues, body language, and cues. If you'll lose them if you don't pay attention. And if you miss them, you'll miss your opportunity. This is where the controversy lies. Women would like you to lead. We'll drop hints. The door will be opened, but we're avoiding dragging you through it. If you too scared or unable to perceive the signals, she won't act, but another man will. Reconsider moving her focus to him. Attraction is impatient. It's not lingering for you to accumulate the guts. Either it is confiscated in the instant or it disappears. So listen, observe her grin, her eyes, and the manner how she lingers and how she arranges her body in your personal area. Those are requests, not by chance. Additionally, when you spot them, don't think twice. Enter with assurance, since the chance doesn't last forever. I'd like to hear from you now. Have you ever come to the realization that you were receiving signals from the woman, but you missed them at the time? Or perhaps you acted upon them and it was successful. Leave a comment with your tale. I'll be reading and I'd like to know how many you understand. When all is said and done, it's the males who succeed with women, who act after noticing what others miss without thinking too much. Act like that man. Don't delay. Never doubt. Also, avoid letting attraction get in the way. Your fingertips.